think should be the head coach of the new Sonics?
Oh, man, that's we gotta get the Sonics here first. That's the first mission, obviously, to build the arena. Obviously, partnering up with Chris Hansen is a pretty cool situation, and he loves this area and all that, and also Wally Walker and Eric and Pete Nordstrom. So it's an exciting thing. It's an exciting time. I think about, like I wrote in the Boom Shakalaka piece, the NBA Jam thing. I think that, I remember, like I said, I remember winning, the experience of winning and how many people have been affected. I got here in 2012, and it feels like it's been 10 to 15 years, but in a good way. But I just remember, seeing all the people, seeing 1 million some people out in the city, and see how many black, white, Asian, different people, socioeconomic statuses coming together for one cause and for one great experience. I think basketball does that. I think that I know it does, because when I was a young kid, I remember playing with the Sonics all the time, and remembering how cool the jerseys were, and how cool Gary Payton was, what a great defender he was, and how passionate he was for the game. I didn't even live here. And now, obviously, living here in the city and being a part of the city and just walking around and being around people and seeing people wear their old school Sonics hats and old school Sonics throwback jackets, and just seeing the people, it's a great city to have an NBA team, and same thing I think with also NHL. Obviously, NHL is a great sport too as well. And so I think it changes the hearts and changes souls, and it brings people together, and there's nothing better than that. So I know from my own personal experience being a professional athlete, but also being a great fan of great athletes and great individuals and organizations, I think that there's it's a no-brainer to me why we should fight to bring an NBA team back here, and an AHL team too as well. And it starts with the arena. It starts with getting the street vacation and doing all that work, and it'll be a quick process. Everything's it'll be a state-of-the-art facility, that's for sure. And that's the exciting part. Be one of a kind. So it would be really, really special.
How did your involvement
with that group now in the midst of the season? Why take part now, especially when there's a political issue at City Hall with Key Arena versus Minnesota?
Well, I think it's an exciting time. I think that obviously, for me, I've always I've known Chris for a few years now, and just being able to talk to obviously the Nordstroms and Wally as well. And it's one of those things that I think it's the thing that we need to make it happen, just because it's a special thing. It'll be for years and years to come. And like I said, I want my kids to have that opportunity. It's nothing better than going to an NBA basketball game and being able to see basketball players, an NHL game. There's so many great athletes, and there's so many other great things you can do in the new facility too as well. So I think that'll be really special. I think that the time is now. I know the city of Seattle, the people of Seattle would love it. I know the state of Washington would love it, because I think that it's a special thing, and we're making a commitment to make this thing happen on our end, and trying to find a way to do it.
How did your involvement
Go down to City Hall and lobby the mayor and lobby the council members?
Of course, I think it's just trying to encourage people and let them understand, how important it is, and it'll, open up tons of jobs for people too as well. It's gonna be a state-of-the-art facility and give people opportunity. So the key is the street vacation, getting that happening, and then we'll be ready to roll. So it's an exciting time.
How did your involvement begin? Who approached whom?
Say again.
How did your involvement begin, and who approached whom?
Yeah, I met Chris. Obviously, the Nordstrom family. I've known them for a while, but I met Chris a few years ago, and we were having a great conversation. We were talking. And I told him, like I've told you guys, I've been really authentic about wanting to own a team one day and being a part of something really special and doing that. And even though I'm young and all that, I definitely have a business mindset, and I want to be able to help people and give back and help change this community, continue to change this community for the better. And so that's been the exciting part. And obviously, Chris and I have connected on that. Wally too as well. Wally's a great individual. Pete and Eric too as well. And so there was a great synergy, and it was really authentic, and it was an approach to be able to dedicate and change history. Really. And I think that's a really cool, special thing. Like I said, it starts with an arena first. We have to make that happen, and so I'm excited about it. Like I said.
Do you have any